So we are understanding the without the purity of the mind, nothing can be achieved in terms of permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Sophie just said that I'm good but not so good. So obviously that is experienced by the mind. So how and why the mind acts in a way not to feel good. So it is the mind, and that is what we say the impurities at different levels of the mind. So the master says, Asato ma satagamaya. It says I have to explore and find out what is false has taken place in the mind and I have to remove it. We have to understand it intellectually and then we have to apply in our daily life. Same thing, ignorance to wisdom. I have to find. Ignorance does not mean that we are illiterate. It is misconceptions, misunderstanding. You have a misunderstanding about a person, about a situation, about people, and it causes lot of problem. It causes lot of problem. So we have to understand how this mind works and how this mind should be treated. So, in the journey of purity of the mind, we know it. There are 6 conventional methods of purification. First is the yajna. Second is, we will be talking about it. Second is, what is second? Second is the charity. Means the givingness. I have to get rid of that idea of the selfishness. Then the third is the japa or the self-discipline. Fourth is the japa. Fifth is that we should remain in touch anyhow with the Eastern wisdom in our daily life. And the sixth one is the small promises to ourselves if we do it. So we are in the first practice of conventional method of purification of the mind. That is what the yajna is. Remember this entire existence where I'm speaking. Now I'm speaking to a New Jersey group. That is one way to say it. But where this New Jersey group is, it is located in this United States. Go back, it is also located in the entire world. So my mind should expand and should not become selfish in a sense that my motivation remains selfish. As long as my motivation remains selfish, it will not work for the purity of the mind. Can I say that I'm serving the existence through you all? I'm serving you all through passing the knowledge. In that respect, I'm serving the entire existence. There is another way that I'm teaching and getting the money. The outer situation is the same, but the state of the mind, the mood of the mind, the emotion that supports the mind of all my activities have changed. And if that changes, some people pay in the group, some people don't pay, it doesn't make a difference. Recently, guy said that in Ukraine that I want to join the army. So I take one session that is a paid session and the other session is not paid. It's a volunteer. So in the paid session say that I cannot pay you now and I'm going to join the army. I said, very good, don't pay it. But there are people who have the money who can spend $100 in a restaurant, but they are not ready to pay for this gel. So that motivation inside my head must change. If that does not change, I will never feel good in my life. One thing is, make it sure. If I have a demanding nature, constant demanding nature from the existence, from the world outside means people, objects, time, place, situation. No objects, people and objects create a situation. So if I don't have, if I don't want to change, I want to remain selfish, nothing good is going to happen in our life. Do whatever you want to. Try this. So our master says that I should remember the entire existence in the scheme of the things I am placed before any action. Before, what is action? Action is thinking in the mind, speaking, and physical action. These are the three parts of our action: vocal, mental, and physical action. Think. You have to think. It's a very subtle area we are going into the yajna. So the third definition of yajna is to you connect yourself consciously by thinking in your head only, and then contribute and celebrate your life. When? All the time. Where? In all the situations. Find out how I should connect. So when you connect, contribute, and celebrate, you celebrate your life. There is a natural state of gratefulness. I'm grateful to you all because you gave me an opportunity to pass on this knowledge. Let me keep aside all the preferences, all the motivations. How to do it? I think. Let me remember the existence first before thinking, speaking, and acting in my life. So what happens? The existence is before any action. So existence is before any action, then what happens? Ego is not before any action. When the ego is not before any action, then my mind says existence has given me an opportunity to pass on the knowledge to you all. Is it not? You simply think in your mind. So when you think in your mind, what happens? Your selfishness dissolves. You think your existence before any action, it means your ego is offered. So when selfishness dissolves, you offer your ego, you do not remain the consumer of the world. As long as you are consumer of the world, you will not feel good. Who is the consumer of the world? Our ego, our I-ness. Honey, I told you it has been 10 years and you have not changed. Why don't you change? We normally talk. Honey, you have not changed, Now I have lot of challenges from you and I'm thinking of divorce. You are already separate. What else you want to divorce? You are already separate. You are united by just two labels, husband and a wife. Are you not separate? You are already separate. But because of my mind is filled with that idea of a consumership, it is so limited, it is so selfish. And I want to be good, I want to feel peace and happiness. Not possible in life. Not at all. So the master is saying, look at your mind, the way it is working inside you and how you are expressing it outside. Can you change that thinking pattern? Can you change? Can you offer your ego? So when you offer your ego to the entire existence, now I'm connecting to a particular situation, relationship. So my mind stops that idea of a consuming a person or a thing and an object. And that is what I told you, that you sacrifice selfishness. You drop and dissolve something consciously to change the mind. You see what is the secret hidden behind it? Who is greater than your ego? Tell me. Who is greater than this entire existence? Otherwise, our ego is so big, We always think my ego is greater than my honey, my situation, my environment. But altogether, this existence is greater than my ego. So I offer by thought, by thinking, simply by thinking, and you change your mind. So I take the help of that existence which is always present. That is what I say. I offer my existence. I am offering this teaching to the existence through you. Now see that. So you can use this sentence in dealing with every situation in the world. I'm offering my endurance to the existence through you because you are upset, you are creating a problem to me. Now see what is the state of the mind. What we do? My ego. I'm ready to fight with you. Do whatever you want to do. So I'm creating an impurities in the mind. And do we think that with that impurity in the mind, can we really change and evolve? Can we rise into higher consciousness? Answer is yes for a few minutes. Sitting into meditation, going deeper and experiencing the calmness. Once I return from the calmness, the same thoughts of the consumership and the ego haunts me. I'm not changing. So the master found out a conventional method to look at the subtle layers of our motivations, intentions, negative connotations, and that can change by thinking. All situation, people, objects, time, place are created by the existence. I did not create you, you did not create me. That is very clear. I did not create my honey, you did not create my honey. So I say, oh, there is a greater force than me, and that is the existence. So first I remember that existence is a scheme of the things because of which we are meeting together. And hence there is no place for the ego. There is no place for the selfishness. Let me offer the best version of myself. You offer the worst version to your honey, and that is the problem. You claim you are the best, but you offer the worst. And that is why we have a problem. No, I'm just saying in a general way. You all are good people. Do you see that? We don't offer the best version when I'm only connected to the existence consciously. I think that I'm a part of the existence. But when I think I am the only existence, then I develop selfishness. And then there's goodness, even if you are so good, very good, but inside that selfishness, that ego is there, nothing can be achieved in our life. So in the third definition of yajna, I say connect, contribute and celebrate and be grateful. 4 words. So can you connect with your ego? Consumership. Can you connect with the existence? Contributor. How can I contribute? How can I contribute? We normally contribute, we add the fuel into the anger if someone is angry over us, and especially our near relationship, close relationship. We don't want to contribute in this way. So you connect with the humility that moves the life forward. That is another way to purify the mind. So the moment you move, you connect with the humility, you contribute. That helps us to drop that egoism, and in our thought first it drops the egoism from the thought, then it moves to the speech, because then whatever I speak, it helps others, it contributes to the growth of the harmony in our relationship, in the society, in the family, everywhere. And then we realize that how grateful I am to the existence who offered me this opportunity to endure, not to run after being a consumer. So the master says, stop being the consumer of the world. Maybe people, world, relations, possessions, things, rules, laws of the societies and the nature. Consumer means selfishness. It means strong likes and dislikes. It means I already keep my hatred, jealousy, strong likes and dislikes. The moment I am selfish, I keep those characters, those attitudes in my mind. So we become a contributor by consciously thinking. When you think, whatever you think, it is going to be expressed in speech and action. So then there is another way to understand this, that let whatever I think, can it help my honey? Plus, whatever I speak, is it helping me, not only my honey, but all the people in my relationship, in the society, in the community, in the world outside? My selfishness is not going to help. These politicians should take care of the society and community. I'm selfish. It will not work. That is why we are not changing. That is why the impurities remain in the mind. There is another way to understand it. First morning you wake up and you say, I'm related to my honey. In what way? In what way I can contribute to his or her welfare? The mind will change. But I don't have time to think in this way. I'm already limited, egoistic. How dare he said so, she said so. And then I'm thinking that I will purify the mind. Not possible. Not possible. So that simply helps my mind to drop the binding desire. The binding desire is made up of attachment and aversion, delusion and ego. That is the beauty of this yajna. So yajna is purely a mental and intellectual concept when I work on my mind to see and to find out in what way I can contribute. You need not to go to do the service to the others. You have to simply change your mindset inside. That will make you good and that will make you happy all the time. In what way I can contribute? What a beautiful principle. If you absorb it, if you have to understand it, you have to think of it in what way you have to contribute. My action, my thought, my speech. You are a consumer, you are egoistic. Egoistic does not mean that I'm arrogant. Arrogant, that is how the Western approach of ego is. Ego is the I thought, where this I thought is creating a speech and action in the world. That I thought. Is the I thought moves with the selfishness? Is the I thought moves with connecting to the existence outside and in contribute and connecting and contributing? So let me think in terms of contribution. You see that, oh, you have paid. I never talked to you that who has paid and not paid. Oh, you pay me, it's okay. I have decided like this. So idea behind that, oh, let me see that how can I connect? How can I pass on this wisdom? Through the existence has given me this opportunity. Through you. Existence has given an opportunity through you. So what happened? I expanded my mind from being a consumer to the contributor. And when you are a contributor, you always feel good. Internally, you feel good. Why? Because you don't have a binding desire. What the binding desire does, it causes the likes and dislikes. It causes the hatred and the jealousy. It causes the delusion. That delusion is not there in your mind. The moment the mind says, honey is responsible for my sorrow, one thought. The other thought is that I'm responsible for my sorrow and happiness. Second thought. Third thought. Let me express happiness in order to receive happiness from the world outside. See that? See? Use these three thoughts. Now my honey is really crazy, but I should not be crazy. Let the honey be crazy. So at least out of the two people, one person is not crazy. You have proved yourself that you are more intelligent than your honey. Otherwise, how we prove? We prove by fighting, by by delusion, by reaction. That see that how intelligent I am. So that is one approach. That is why we don't feel good. That is why we don't feel happy. So we'll bring an end to this yajna in our next session. That how we can connect, contribute, and be grateful to the entire existence in a very subtle ways. And the more you are thankful and grateful to the entire existence all the time, it becomes your habit. All those anxiety has no place there in your life. Anxiety has no place at all. Duality, conflict have no place in the mind. That means what? The purity of the mind. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed and awareness of the place where you are sitting for meditation, and see that how this existence is helping us. Are you not aware of the space all around the body? And because of that space, you feel a sense of freedom? I'm just asking you to think and see the fact. We are not aware of those facts, which is very near and close to us. The ego looks too far. Ego always looks into the future. Your eyes are closed, very good. Existence made your eyes closed because eyes are created like this. Again, there is a contribution of the existence. There is no contribution. Think. I'm just saying you to think and see that how the mind changes. The space around you is already there by the existence. And that is helping me. They are contributing to me, contributing to my meditation journey. Don't you see that? No, we don't see. I have a lot of things to do. And that is where the problem comes. And don't you have an intellect who listens and follows what the teacher says? Keep your body comfortable. I can tell you one thing, if there is no comfort in the existence, you can never be comfortable. Think of this. You can never be comfortable. It comes from the existence, not from you. If it comes from you, you will remain comfortable 24/7. See that? Look at it. I'm just giving you how subtle the journey takes place. So now you see that what I say, you look at the neck joint. You look at the neck joint, very good. So you are looking at the neck joint, and then you go deeper into it. Then you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Sensation, comfort, and existence comes from the existence. You will say, no, it comes from my body. Body is a part of existence. Are you not amazed? Body, which is a mixture of chemicals, elements, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, which makes protein, carbs, etc. And I feel the comfort because of the design of the existence. And hence I am grateful. That is what the message Master is giving us. Very subtle. Consistent learning helps us to reach there. So the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes, the body from, and then you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And then, we say there is a breath that is moving, but we can still experience the steadiness in the body. There is a mind that is jumping, and still we experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is designed by the existence. We never design our mind, our body, our breath, etc. I have to become aware of this fact. When the ego becomes aware of this, then ego struggles, ego fights. Ego also becomes aware of it, no doubt. Our body, breath, mind, intellect, and then it fights. When it fights, there is a problem. You don't fight. You become a part of the existence. Become aware. You take it for this understanding that the mind experience for us, how it experiences by thought and feeling, by thought and emotions. That is how we gain our experience. Okay, very good. And that is the only way to change our experience from bad to good. Change our experience from bad to good, from lower to the higher. Is it not? Everything is happening in the mind. So now we say that thoughts are coming, emotions are there, the feeling is there. Let it come, let it go. Why? Let it come and go so that we keep the mind ready for a higher experience. Think in this way. If your thought pattern changes in this way, oh, there are bad experiences. So what intellect says, no, you have to change into good. So mind has to work continuously 24 by 7. And that is that is the nature of the mind created by the existence to help us. And we find it is a barrier. We find it is causing a problem. Why it is causing a problem? Because of my ego. See in another perspective, the practice of being carefree and practice. Now we don't want these thought pattern at present for a while. Why? So that we can peep into the higher consciousness. So there are thousands of practices. So I give you a simple practice. Pay attention to it. What I say? I say that look inside the forehead in the space. There you drop gently, mentally, Shantoham, Shantom. This is also a thought. Mantra is also a thought. So by repeatedly dropping Shantoham, you are helping the mind to return to a higher consciousness. But then what about those crazy thoughts that is moving into the mind? There you start breathing quick and fast to lay off these thoughts. So now you see the entire scenario. Body remain in the state of stillness. Very good. And you are dropping Shantoham in the space inside the forehead, and you start breathing quick and short breath into the rib cage. And I'm giving you not those complex breathing practices. Simple, and still we are not able to do it regularly. Then it is our fault. So continue breathing quick and fast, breathing into the chest. Check that there is an expansion and contraction of the rib cage. You are dropping Shantoham in the state of steadiness in the body. You see, all are part of the existence. You don't think, this body is mine. No, that is also a part of the existence. The breath too. Shantoham too. Everything belongs to the existence. In that attitude, you do it. If you have that attitude which is 100%, you can even do it for half an hour, that kind of a breathing. Normally we get tired and fatigue, react. It is because of the very subtle nature of the ego. Continue breathing, quick and short breath into the rib cage and Shantoham and the steadiness in the body. Here, still breathing, Om Shantoham continues in steadiness in the body. And now leave this. And now you should have the thoughts, asatuma satgamaya. You have a bad feeling, let us contemplate on this. Means let me move from false to the real. All the false creates a bad feeling. And what is false? That is constantly changing. It was not there yesterday, it is here today, it will not be there tomorrow. Any false, whether it is anxiety, hesitation, duality, pressure, anger. Do you see that? You cannot live into anger 24 hours. If you don't sleep for 24 hours, existence helps you to force you to feel sleepy. We are disconnected with the existence, and the existence is the real. That is the meaning. So all the time we remember this before entering into the world by thought, speech, and action. That is the meaning of asato ma satagam. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Moving from ignorance to wisdom. Ignorance I don't know. That is why I have a problem. How can I have a problem when I know it fully? I'm lost in a traffic and I open the GPS navigation and I know which street and where it goes. That is yajna. Remember this. I'm just giving you a very pragmatic approach. That is the meaning of moving from ignorance to wisdom. And then what happens at the highest level, when we reach to the highest level of the consciousness, the third line, Mrityorma Amritangamya, I move from the fear of the death to the immortality. That we will take up later. And now look at the head and the neck. You're looking at the head and the neck, and you experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You may look inside. That too is good. So when you look inside, you see if your mind perceives the simple, infinite space and some sensation inside, you are already in the state of calmness and quietness. A pragmatic approach. Again, you see what I said. Look at the right arm outside on the skin and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Clear? Now look inside the right arm into the space. You may pick up some sensations. So any sensation you pick up inside the right arm, inside the skin, I give it a signature experience of calmness, and you see only the space and quiet, the space. That is what the quietness is. Quietness and the calmness takes your mind far away from the world outside. Look at the left arm. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, calmness and quietness. So I have to go slowly. I have to maintain my awareness, and that makes me feel not only good, calm, and peaceful. Look at the middle portion of the body, from the shoulder down to the waist, in front and the back. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, calmness and quietness. Look inside the heart for a while. Right leg, outside is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside, calmness and quietness. Left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Calmness and quietness. Entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You think that it is because you are doing the practice that is why you are experiencing. If the space is not there, if the air is not there, if the earth is not there, how can I feel? I'm not aware of that. Then how the existence is contributing all the time. And deeper inside the state of calmness and quietness. In that state, you look at the breath now. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Now, when you look at the breath, you find the breath is going in. There is a track of the breath. Breath is coming out. The breath also has a track because there is a movement on a track in the space. So we want to make our mind subtle. Our real self is the subtlest of all. So if you don't make the mind subtle, If you don't make the mind like a microscope, you cannot realize it. So when the breath goes in, on the track of the breath, you drop Shantoham mantra. Shantoham means I am the peace. Peace is a good space. So when you are dropping Shantoham, you see the good space. When the breath returns, you drop Shantoham on the breath and become aware of the infinite space. We say the peace is a good space. Peace is of the form, of the image, whose form is the space. Continue. Continue. Now do nothing. You are aware of that state of the consciousness. It is you, it is yours. Why we do not live into that state? Because of the impurity of the mind, and we are purifying the mind by the six conventional practices. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Charlie?
Very peaceful.
Very peaceful. That's really good. And that peace comes from within, that we have to make it, and we have to contemplate and reflect. How come I'm into that state of the peace? By just doing the practice, can I maintain that state all the time? If not, what troubles me, you will find out it is because of the impurity of the mind. How are you, Sophie?
Thank you, Girish. I am feeling good, awake, but I think I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
No, it happens. At a higher level, we also sleep. we also say that sleep is also one of the problems. So when we
Yes.
go into that higher state, then we'll find out how to get rid of this sleep during the practice of meditation, not otherwise. But it's good. You feel good. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. I'm awake.
You're awake? Okay.
I'm fine. Thank you.
So at least one should be awake in a family.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
How are you, Anne?
Oh. Yes, I feel fine. I had some thoughts coming along, and I found, I think I shortly, not I think, I fell asleep shortly.
Oh, there you go.
Snoring woke me up because I realized I was snoring, so that woke me up. And I could continue the meditation.
Oh, so then you are not fully into the sleep when you recognize the snoring. Otherwise, people don't recognize they are snoring. That's really good. Very good. How are you, Mead?
Well, I feel happy
You feel
because
happy.
I have for so long been dependent on outside sources as the means of my happiness, and
Yes.
they doesn't. Tonight was very deep for me in that sense of letting go of that dependence
Very good.
on other people, other things.
We have to remember this all the time. How do we remember? By the thought. The moment anyone appears before me, the mind switches on the mode of dependence. And that is also a very subtle ego. It does not mean that you go and declare to the world outside, no, I'm not dependent on you. Internally, I have to change. Internally, with that sense of ego which causes the dependence.
Yes.
So when we get rid of it, that sense of dependence goes away. Physical dependency is a must, without which we cannot do anything. House, food, clothes, car. But the psychological dependence should not be there. The psychological dependence is caused by the mind that builds the ego. We will talk in detail. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.